couldn't figure that out till y'all said something, but I need to go look. Hold on for a second. Real quick. Hold on. He got eyes. And they just, there you go. He got eyes. He got eyes. Listen. We got a full show for y'all tonight, okay? We've been recording all day, all right? 2 full shows. Y'all know it's officially that time. It's Friday, okay? I hope you got whatever it is that you do. We don't discriminate over here, okay? Just do it respectfully. We're going to be talking about Megan Good, Nia Long, and Ime Udoka, okay? Ray J, Usher, and Lotto. And we also got an exclusive interview from Mr. Latruth's sister, okay? She's here to defend herself in regards to some allegations that were made about her being an unfit mother, okay? There were some strong allegations made by Mrs. Latruth, Brianna Latruth, and so since Brianna has such a big platform to spew lies, okay, I decided to use my platform to allow the sister-in-law to clear her name, okay? And so that will be an interview we will exclusively premiere here later in the show, okay? Oh, I got to get warmed up. It's been a day today, okay? But listen, I'm here. It's Friday, too. I wish I could have a little drinky drink, but I ain't drinking until after my birthday, March 10th, okay? So y'all sip for me, all right? I'm sipping coffee and water. That's why my nerves bad, for real. You know what I'm saying? I'm a woman. I need my wine, okay? So throw the wine glasses up for me, all right? Now listen, before we get into any of this here wine we spilling tonight, okay? You know we got to take a moment and thank our sponsors, all right? So while we're thanking the sponsors, I need you guys to either like or dislike this video, engage or whatever, okay? And yeah, let me go ahead and take some time to get ready and let y'all show some love to these sponsors, which means we got some sponsors that we need to brag about, which means boldly raise a glass to. We'll be right back. Let's get it. A couple of years back, I had a bad reaction to some cheap hair dye, and it unfortunately put me in the hospital. My friends had asked me to seek legal action, but I didn't, okay? And I kind of wish that I knew of companies like Morgan & Morgan. When you're injured, you deserve compensation, and the size of the law firm matters. Morgan & Morgan is one of America's largest personal injury firms with over 800 lawyers and over 100 offices nationwide. And the best part is Morgan & Morgan is completely free, unless they win your case, of course. Over 3 million people currently trust Morgan & Morgan, and getting started is super easy. Just check out the links in the comment section for more information now. So we have Stephanie.
Yes.
All right. We have Rose.
Yes.
And Mazay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and they are both yours.
Yes.
Yes.
And you are his.
Yes.
Is this a throuple, or do you just are with him and you are with him, but y'all don't do things together?
She's bisexual and she's bisexual.
We make things in unison. So if we all want a girlfriend and we have an interest, we all agree on her and we bring her into our family.
And we've learned from each other, you know, like where I've lacked, you know, she was probably better at or explaining or teaching me, and where she's lacked, you know, I was good at explaining and teaching her.
So I know you didn't just embrace her though.
There was jealousy, there was insecurities and stuff in the beginning, but you know, as a woman, you know, why hate on another woman when you can learn from her?
Right.
It came to a moment where him as a man was finally like, you know what? I care for her, I value them, and I respect them enough where I need to bring this together, because if not, I'm gonna lose both.
Now in polyamory, you guys are allowed to have other men.
I mean, if we want to, or but no, we don't.
How do you feel about that?
Oh, I don't care. I'm not gay though. If I was gay, hell yeah, we have a 9, 10, 12 dudes in here.
Damn, hold on, you tripping.
You know what I mean? Damn, you tripping.
I've talked to women. First of all, when a woman likes a man, she likes a man.
Yeah.
That's why women don't mind, in most cases, dating bisexual men, because at the end of the day, we love men.
Wait, no, the theory of what you're saying is basically a train. I'm gonna explain to you why. Remember, you spoke of alpha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there's no way in hell, just like
No
you
alpha.
ever had somebody fuck you and just leave you there? Like, clean yourself up, I'm out. Nah, cause anybody who do this, they're gonna go through that transition from the monogamous stage. You're gonna see it's a lot of insecurity, jealousies that women just should not have. I'll call it a weakness.
Whoa. Tasha TashaKLive.com is lit now, okay? Them grown folk conversations right there, okay? Like I said, if you triggered, TashaKLive.com is the right place to get triggered on, okay? So, without further ado, let's go ahead. I ain't gonna waste y'all time no more. Megan Good, okay? I just love how good she is, okay? Megan is somebody you can learn a thing or two. You know what I'm saying? So while Devon, I didn't think Devon was appropriate to be in this picture because this is all about her and what she wants, okay? I love that, how she's just focusing on self, right? She didn't cry. She didn't plead, when Devon decided he wanted to divorce her. Hell, she didn't even show up for the divorce. She didn't show up to close it. She didn't want nothing from him at all, okay? She spent almost 10 plus years asking him for the things that she wanted, but he only wanted clout, right? That's all he wanted, all right? He wanted book deals, movie deals, and clouts, okay? Anything surrounding his life he wanted to sell, okay? Just like he tried to sell her as a damsel in distress, okay? But the only person that's distressed now is him. That's why he's on Red Table Talk saying that he's still grieving and he misses his wife and she's the only person in his life that ever made him cry. And he took a picture when he actually cried that tear because he's never cried before, okay? Because he's just so self-absorbed. He never knew that someone would have that effect on him, but because he was standing by what he thought God told him to do, because God never told you to go get a wife just to get a check, okay? He told you to find it the wife. You find it the good thing in all things, but he found it the wife to get a check, okay? And pushed her in a direction she probably didn't even want to go, okay? But because he was dead set on the check and that he was the savior of the hoes, right? And when the hoe wasn't selling no more in his mind, he had to end it. He said, this is all that God wanted me to do. But you know what God wants for her? And I love how he reveals himself just so eloquently. Okay, because Megan just did a interview at 41 years old. And she said, you know what? I'm ready to finally put down roots. Because she couldn't put down roots before. You would think after being in a marriage for almost 10 plus years, you would be able to put down roots. But now, as a 40-year-old woman, newly divorced woman, now all of a sudden, she wants to put down roots. She telling y'all something. She telling y'all something. He used her. He used her. He did. He didn't have no intentions on being with her long term. He had every intention, like I said, to sell her, to sell the dream, to sell the marriage, but never ever wanted to solidify it in any way. And that's why he wouldn't grant her no children. And so she cut her losses. When I said she didn't look back, she didn't look back. Like I said, didn't even show up for court, okay? And so while he on Red Table Talk crying, talking about he miss her, she around here looking. Matter of fact, she ain't even looking no more because I know who she messing with, okay? I know who she messing with. I don't think that's important, okay, because she's single. That's her business, right? But I'm just happy, especially during this time, that she's exercising self-love and she knows the importance of root dick. Remember, listen, if you're a day one wino, do you remember when I said, there's a difference in the level of dicks, And I said, I choose to prefer root dicks. That's that grounded. The ones that know what they want to do in life. The ones that are focused. The ones that protect you. The ones that don't use you. The ones that don't need validation. The ones that don't take a woman being successful as a blow to their masculinity or ego. That's what a root is. You understand what I'm saying? So when she said she ready to put down roots and finally have babies because the last 10 years have been a joke, ooh, y'all got to hit the wine glass with Megan. That's grown. That's grown woman shit there. Congratulations, girl. I know it's deep, too. I know it's deep, okay? Because it takes a special kind of man to make a baby, okay? And like I said, my grandmama didn't one line. Somebody over 40 and no children, you know what I'm saying? And all they got is goals, okay? They only goal, what? Devon. Like I said, Devon reminds me of those men who keep a lot of company around them that they all like the same thing, if you get my drift, okay? It's all same likes, same interests. They love to have trophies to help push a certain narrative so that if anything else were to come up or be believed, they have something beside them. And he went for the prettiest, most striking, most damsel in distress that he thought to help create a balance in the relationships. Stay with me now. Like I said, I need my hat. I got to go get it out of storage. You know what I'm saying? I missed that hat. In the relationships that he has surrounded around him, because it's a lot of the same things surrounded around him, okay? And they bring out a different side of him, something that a woman could never do, you know? And so I wish her the best. That's all I'm going to say there. Congratulations, Megan. I love it. She said she's ready for some roots and some kids. Less than a year after being divorced. She had to let the weeds go. Moving on. Speaking of I done said this over and over. This child need to go home. She need to go home. This is probably like the 9th interview she's done. And I ain't did no interviews. This man trying to rebuild his career, trying to get this team they done traded him to out of the, you know what I'm saying, out of the gutter, you know what I'm saying, because they sorry. He got to figure out how he gonna continue to pay her child support and her bills, you know what I'm saying. And meanwhile, she just keep trying to blame the Celtics for ruining her relationship. And I'm like, Nia, listen, I know you're grieving. And I know you're grieving before the public because, like, you know, Nia, everybody wanted to be, if you were a man or a gay woman, everybody wanted to be with Nia. Nia was like, I wear short hair because of Nia and Toni Braxton. They inspire me. You know what I'm saying? That you don't need long, lustrous hair to be, you know, a bad, you know what I'm saying? You don't need all of that. You could be secure in yourself and rock something short and bold and still be on your grind. And I love that about, you know what I'm saying, Nia. But it's like, I think because in the public she's been put up here, she don't know how to take being vulnerable and human in the public's eyes. Because like I said, there's been this persona. And for her to act like that this is new, because like I said, she still ain't blaming him. She keep continuously blaming the Celtics, even though he slept with somebody on the Celtics team that was of age. Now she want to say, oh, my son is grieving. You know, he's finding it hard to get over me and his dad not breaking up. And I'm so mad at the Celtics for, you know, not considering my family. No, ma'am, that is not the Celtics' job to consider your family. I keep saying this. You were not a wife. So whether you do 1 interview, 2 interviews, 3 interviews, 4 interviews, and you're trying to say, where's the humanity in all of it? Where was the humanity when his penis was in his staff? Where was his humanness in another human? Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like, we got to stop that. And she's trying to make up, like, right now, I know what she's going through because she's grieving and she moved on too quick and she listened to all of the rumors and the public speculation and all of the stories. She just ran too quick. Instead of saying, you know what, I ain't married to him. Hell, I don't even live with him. Yeah, we got a baby together. But I don't have his social security number. Like, if anything would have happened to this man today, they would not call me. They would call his wife. I mean, not his wife, his mama. Because I'm not the wife. Do you understand? So you weren't supposed to be given respect that you didn't, you know, that you didn't solidify out of choices of your own because you knew that he wasn't ready to be a husband and you weren't ready to be a wife, because if you were, you would have jumped the broom a long time ago instead of being a fiance of 10 years. Women just don't, in this day and time, when a woman accepts marriage, she's accepting marriage, you know what I'm saying? But for her, because like I said, the career is just now taking back off. There was a standstill. And guess who was the provider? I may. He said, I may do that. I may do that. Yes, that's why they call him I may. You know, he was there through some really rough times for her. And now that everything, the smoke and everything has settled, she's starting to prioritize a little more. She's starting to see. She see her son is asking why you and daddy don't do what y'all used to do. She want to go home, but she's afraid to go home. Why are you afraid to go home? What you decide to do with your man is your man. Okay? What you decide to do for your family is your family. But you can't hold him at this standard, right? Up here, and you giving him this standard. You didn't make a commitment to him. An engagement is not a commitment. It's not. And stop acting like we owe you this privacy. When you, like I said, if the man were to drop dead tomorrow, you would not be considered nowhere but a name on that eulogy. And so he didn't take it serious. He's like, hell, I've been engaged 10 years. This woman ain't got no plans on making me a husband. So guess what? I'm going to go out here and do what bachelors do. She don't live with me. I got a beg her to come move with me. I'm paying all her bills. Stop, Nia. Stop. And stop doing interviews. Just go home. Just do us a favor. Go home. You love him. You do. And you don't stop loving somebody over a mistake. You got upset. You got embarrassed. You felt like, how could he do this to Nia? I'm Nia Long. How dare you? You've been posting pictures of your new place, showing up with different celebrities in Dubai, you know, going to concerts with different celebrities, all this to try to create like you're moving on. I'm doing interviews. I got my eyes on this certain someone. And meanwhile, your son is prioritizing your priorities, letting you know I miss daddy. And mama, you need to fix it. Because it wasn't all on him. You wasn't home. So if you wasn't home, he got a highly stressful job, taking care of you. You living 3,000 miles away. He in Boston. You in California. He paying all your bills. He working game after game, traveling. Who is he supposed to fuck on? Who? You got needs too, or don't you? Is it menopause? What is it? Because you have to understand. Listen, I'm a woman. I have needs. Ain't no way I'm finna be in a relationship with anybody and they 3,000 miles away. Because if I ain't messing with them, I'm messing with somebody. This grown folks talk right now. Hold on. I only want grown folks in this conversation. Children, exit the chat. Okay? I don't do long distance stuff. I don't care how good the check is. I don't care how comfortable it is. Listen, you leave me in the house by myself for more than 30 days. Brother, listen to me. I'm human. You're human. And guess what? He did you a favor and went and got another human. That way it wouldn't be, she wouldn't be trying to be in a relationship with him because he was in a relationship. It was just sex. Sometimes as women, as humans, we have to understand why people make decisions that they make. And when you're 3,000 miles away and have been there and he's been coaching, let me see how long he's been coaching for the Celtics and your ass been living in California. Hold on now, because you're just expecting this man to just masturbate every night. Hold on. Let me see. Ime Udoka Celtics. Hold on. How long did he work for the Celtics? Hold on. I should have had this. How long did he work for the Celtics? Okay. All right. And how long were you jobless in Hollywood? Okay. Let me see. Oh, he played from 2000 to 2012, and then his coaching career was from 2012 present. And you've lived in Hollywood, California, since you got with him. That's why you refused to marry him, because you thought that he was going to show you that he could be faithful, but at the end of the day, he human. No. I would. I'm not. We're not gonna do that. So, while she's out here trying to say, oh, she got her eyes on certain someone, and she with Omarion and all these other played out celebrities that everybody and their mama done been with, go home. Move your ass to wherever city he's at now, and try something you've never tried before. Try living with each other. Try being with each other. Try it on a different note. See what type of man he is. I guarantee you, if you're home, he ain't got no reason, because he understands he can't just hop on a plane and fly 3,000 miles away just to come get some. And then he has a highly stressful job. I mean, think about it. If Dr. Martin Luther King wasn't faithful, what makes you think you are going to be honored in that way too, ma'am? And your man is 3,000 miles away, and Martin Luther King is out here literally putting his life in danger for Coretta. And so in my eyes, if Martin is, every night I'm here with these kids, where did Martin live? Montgomery? Where did he live? Atlanta? Atlanta? Yeah, he was in Atlanta. I stopped by the house. Yeah, I forgot. I got pictures in front of the house. Martin Luther King lived in Atlanta. He everywhere around the South, don't know when his last day gonna be. So guess what? If he wanna, Coretta, I love you. I miss you. Things was tense today. They threw tear gas at me today. He see a piece of ass. He go hit that just to de-stress himself. The man don't drink. The man don't smoke. He's a pastor. Coretta stayed. She didn't stay because he was disrespecting her. She stayed because she knew she couldn't be what he needed, because guess what? She was at home with the children. Just like you're at home with the children and you're waiting on roll after roll, and they didn't start coming through until recently. And now you expect him to be something, but he's not there, and neither are you there to be something. So he don't owe you shit. As far as I'm concerned, he was doing what he was supposed to do. He was taking care of you, making sure you was good. You know what I'm saying? That woman wasn't finna come in and take your life. That's why he had her move you out there. If he had any commitment to the woman that he was sleeping with that was already in a situation, meaning she was married, she couldn't come asking for nothing, he would have not asked her to move you out there. So she knew her time was up. It was only temporary. But you letting social media gas you and give you relationship advice, but you in a long distance relationship. Moving on. Let me sit down. I had to stand up. You know, I threw my back out earlier this week. You know what I'm saying? So when I sit down for a long period of time, and I've been sitting down all day working on this show, sometimes I got to stand up and stretch a little bit, okay? Y'all enjoying the show? Huh? Can I see the comments? I just want to see the comments before we move on, okay? Let me see. Oh, y'all moving fast. You ain't put them on slow. Yeah, you ain't put them on slow. Anyway. All right. Ray J. Is he a guest host on the Breakfast Club or something? Is that why we getting all these interviews and all this personal information? I need somebody to tell me. Chelsea, is he a guest host or something on the Breakfast Club?
No, he's the new Little Boosie.
He's the new Little Boosie? Mm-hmm. Oh, by doing all these interviews and podcasts and stuff? Just space fillers. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, when he ain't got no news. That's what Little Boosie does do that. So, you know what I'm saying? When he ain't got, or the podcaster ain't got no content, they rotate Little Boosie because they can't do what I do. we'll just get up here and do a show and, get the views we get just by ourselves. Okay. So, I get that. So yeah, I can see that space filler. That was just a shot at a few. We're not the same. Anyway, Ray J, just finally reconciled with Princess for the 109th time. Okay. She has decided to forgive him, for cheating without her. Okay. And I said it just like that, cheating without her. Because she's recently admitted that, she's done some things with him and just didn't appreciate him going to do it without her if she was allowing him to do it. And it's like, what? What? Who did that face? Like, what? Is it Kevin Durant? What? I need that meme. And so, he's been giving us a lot of insight into his personal life as far as having shit streaks in his jaws and saying black, men in general should, not wear white boxers, white underwear, because they're going to have shit stains in their underwear. Well, really, you can have shit stains in black underwear, too. You can still see the brown through the black. You can still see the brown on the green boxes. And then now he's out, and I just find this very disturbing, that you are married and you have children that's one day, just even your mom and your daddy being a pastor, I just don't understand why it is that you think it's cool to talk about a woman riding you and defecating on you. My husband just did like this. He was like, what? He didn't even know. Like, he's like, and I think this is where Ray J misses the like, his balls in his head are not balls in his head down there. Those are definitely clicking, okay? And him talking about, hold that thought. There's something that's not firing in his head. You're a married man. You just reconciled. You are a businessman, entrepreneur. Why do you need to get on a podcast to tell us your sescapades? And even so much so as to say that a woman shitted on you during sex. Princess. Sweetie, he done pushed you in the pool. He done sent you to jail after you done busted in on him having strippers, okay? Left you pregnant to go supposedly party and get high with strippers and things like that. Pretty much slept with everybody in Hollywood. You're washing his shitty drawers. And now you got to determine if it's his shit or if it's another woman's shit that shitted on him while she was pouncing on him and defecated on him, and he brought you the boxes to wash them. Then he gets on a platform to say that it's men. Stop complaining that women's vaginas are not smelling well when you're the one that causes her vagina to not smell well. Do you remember there was a scene on Love and Hip Hop Miami that I remember very, very clearly, okay? It was Tierra Marie, and I think Princess had found some medication that belonged to Tierra that had to do with her having some sort of infection vaginally, and decided to throw that in her face like, oh, I found your medicine. Clean your cat out. I wish I could say the word, but like I said, YouTube has censored me heavy, so I can't use certain terminology. You know what I'm saying? For that reason, that's why we have the website, TashaKLive.com. I'm sorry, the network, TashaKLive.com. And so I remember that scene very vividly because I remember that they used it as an opportunity to say that, she was nasty and unkept. And I'm thinking like, Princess, didn't he meet you in a strip club? Weren't you like a stripper? And then you decided to lay down with him unprotected after he knowingly went into Tierra. And men, make no mistakes, men can cause yeast infections. Men cause BV. He said it today. Men cause bacterial vaginosis, okay? Men can give you HPV and it lasts for years. You won't even know that it shows up as uterine, ovarian cancer. Hell, even in some men, rectal cancer, okay? HPV, okay? And to hear him say that he knows that him and other men are the cause of why a lot of these women have such issues down there, you know, and then when I hear him saying the same sentence that he was having sexual relations with a woman and she defecated on him and all that bacteria is all over him, I'm like, Ray J, what are we doing here? And then for Princess, after being embarrassed over and over and over again, it's like, I don't ever want you coming out again, Princess, saying you deserve this or you shouldn't be treated like this. Sweetie, there's no way that a man is going to do the things that Ray J has done to you, and you have continuously put yourself in compromising positions, okay? All because you don't got a prenup. Yeah. All because you don't have a prenup. All in the name of you having 2 children. All in the name of him. Like, let's go back to the sex tape. Just the Kim K sex tape. You know? It's just, there's so many things that are just wrong with this situation. And just me as a wife, as a mother to your children, there's no way. I don't care if it was in your past. I don't care if it's content. It seems like maybe he's getting desperate for content. And he just wants to trend because he can't get that same momentum that he got after being attached to the Kardashians and lending them the platform that he gave them off of the backs of him. And now you're resulting to women defecating on you during sex and you just keep going? And you wonder why women got BV? But your wife want to embarrass another woman for having infections that she got from you? Oh, child, I need my hat. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord Jesus. These are the husbands of today. The husbands of the future. These are the ones you're meeting through the DM. These are the ones that are buying you fake Birkin bags and you can't tell if they're fake or real, okay? These are the ones you will stay for because of the comfortability, okay? These are the ones that you will risk your vaginal health for, your long-term health for, okay? Because like I tell you, it's them long form STDs. The ones you don't see showing up as cervical or ovarian, and you wonder why you got to get a hysterectomy and all that stuff. That's them type. And I'm looking right at one now. Attached to the uterus and slowly growing as a spot causing abnormal pap smears, and then it just shows up and takes you out. And meanwhile, he's still living. He's still here. Passing it along. Shitty draws. And all. Yeah. Yeah. Ray J. Speaking of Usher. So apparently, Usher's fiance, I don't know if he married her. I got to check on that, okay? Whew. Oh, man, give me a second. I'm just checking to see. Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm interviewing Toya tonight. Toya is on the platform, okay? Yes, sir. So what's going on? It's good? Oh, okay. It's high speed, 4K and everything? Okay, all right. So, let me see. Chelsea, did he marry Jennifer? No. Okay. So Jennifer's out here. Okay, gotcha. Hold on. Wait, hold on for a second. Okay. Anyway. So Jennifer is the most recent fiance or wife to Usher, okay? I don't know if she's the wife or the fiance. I do know she was engaged, okay? And he got with her rather quickly after he, let me read something to you real quick. Hold on for a second. Let me read something. This is why I like it. So, Grace and Usher. We got some old school wine today, okay? Split up over her wanting more kids, okay? So do you remember his hold on for a second. Okay. Do you remember his ex-wife Grace? Do you? Okay, so she was the older woman that he had, not Tamika, it was another older woman that he had married, okay? Her name is Grace Miguel, all right? And right after the bump allegations, okay, him paying $1 million to women that he allegedly gave bumps to, okay? I know one of the women personally. She got a nice settlement, I got to tell you. It's real. It's real. And so and she's living very comfortably. Yeah. So him and Grace, after that, because Grace was his manager, and when all these allegations hit, I guess she was kind of shocked. And so they had to figure out how they were going to separate, okay? We don't have Grace up here for a reason, okay? But I just kind of wanted to rewind it back for you, okay? And so they decided, because they didn't want it to be like, oh, you're leaving him because of the allegations, and it kind of solidifies that he does have some bumps going on, you know what I'm saying? And he's allegedly causing a lot of bumpy issues with women that he's with. And so they decided to, after about a year, you know what I'm saying? Because we covered that story, and we ended up getting in contact with one of the victims, and that's how I know her, and I knew how much, how everything went. And I did know for a fact that what she was saying was in fact true, okay, about Mr. Usher, okay? And so was the bridesmaid that was in Tamika's wedding, whom he supposedly had gave bumps to. And so he was married to Grace, and this really hit Grace hard, okay? Now, Grace is in her 50s. She has 2 kids. The kids are in college, okay? And so they made up this lie and said that the reason they were splitting was because Grace wanted to have kids, really wanted to have kids, and Usher wasn't necessarily open to the idea, okay? This is the you know how they gave a comment on why they're divorcing, because, and then they put it as a kind of a sexual thing, like, you know, it had to do with children, so it didn't have anything to do with us not being intimate, okay? And so, and Grace supposedly got a lot of money, his ex-wife, because she was supposedly exposed to something as well too, and she was kind of blindsided, you know, at the age of 50 with these allegations that were on Usher, okay? Because Usher's he's been around nice and slow. And so and I'm being careful here because, like I said, legal reasons, right? And but then he gets with Jennifer 2 years later and gives her 2 kids. But Grace, his wife, the reason they split was because he really wanted to have kids, and he didn't. But 2 years later, he went and got a look-alike wife because she looked just like Grace, the old lady, okay, who never, for whatever reason, wanted to do pedicures, okay? I'm telling you, I was a manager at True Food Kitchen. She came in there every week with you know what I'm saying, and she refused to use, what do they call that, where you shave the white stuff off of your feet? What do they call that, Chelsea? What? A calluses remover, okay? And she came in, she didn't lotion her feet, she didn't do nothing. I was like, Usher, all this money Usher got, you can't go put your feet in some water? Come on now, it's hot outside. Your feet should be sweating. It shouldn't even be that white. And Chris, I know you older and stuff like that, but it's not like you working hard. You know what I'm saying? And so he gave her 2 kids and whatever else it is that he got, you know what I'm saying, to give, right? And then all of a sudden, they were out the other night, and she supposedly gets jealous because Usher is literally hands all over Lotto, okay? And I'm like, Jennifer is an executive, like a record label executive, was, okay? And she did a lot of marketing work for Usher, and that's how they met. Okay, he's always had affairs with women who have done his business for him because he looks for that mother-like figure in women. Okay, when they take on these mother-like roles and positions to kind of help him to further himself, he's always just kind of married women that remind him of his mother because he couldn't marry his mother. That's why he married Tamika. That's why he married Grace and this one here. They all work for him. They all tell him what to do or when his next thing is going to be and what he's going to wear and how he's going to talk, okay? Because he still thinks that he's 14-year-old Usher. And then his mom got jealous and decided to, she don't want to mess with none of these hoes because, she realized that he's trying to replace her, but, he just can't screw his mama. So he went and got his mama and got a version of his mama and screwed the mama, you know what I'm saying? And gave her some bumps on the side, bumpy issues on the side. And I'm just like, and for Jennifer, for me to hear that Jennifer was out here, showing her ass because Usher was a little too flirty with Lotto. And I'm like, Jennifer, do you not realize that don't nobody want no bumpy issues from Usher but you? At all? If anybody is out here passing around BV, and causing fishy odors and stuff like that, we looking at him. Okay? And listen, I hate when these women get with these artists and they have these reputations, and it's like, you're not special. He married you, had kids with you simply because you reminded him of his mother that he could not screw. Oh, y'all ain't ready today, okay? Mm-hmm. But yeah, I just had to take it back a little bit to let y'all know that, him and Grace didn't break up because of the kids, because he clearly had 2 kids with her, and she looked just like Grace. It was all because Grace ran into some issues that were just a little bumpy, that were embarrassing public-wise. Her kids are in college, and they're like, Mom, like, your husband, what is going on? It was embarrassing all the way around. And so, and now she thinks that she's special, okay? Usher done embarrassed every wife he done had out here in these streets, okay? It is a real, from Chili. Need I say more? Okay, Grace, Tamika, what makes you think you're safe? Huh? What makes you think you're safe? Okay, so no, ma'am. Stop. Don't do that. Don't cry. You know what you got, okay? You got a contract. You got job security. You got benefits. You got 2 children that's going to lend you a lifetime of happiness if he decides to not take the children from you, because he's got some excellent lawyers to be able to take kids from fit mothers, okay? Because Tamika is a fit mother. Tamika Foster, his ex-wife, is a fit mother. And he managed, okay, even given his instability of homes, okay, to gain full custody of his children from Tamika. And if she thinks for 1 second that she gonna be putting Usher on child support, he knows somebody down there at the child support office, okay? Moving on. All right. Y'all enjoy Fuckery Friday? I hope so. Remember, we got the second part of our show on TashaKLive.com, okay? Toya's interview is on this, okay? So stop. I don't want y'all thinking, well, we got to go to TashaKLive.com to see Toya's interview. No, you do not, okay? Latruth sister's interview is here tonight, okay? And that's what we're about to stream. But listen, before we get to stringing, I do want to tell y'all, so the Aaliyah and R. Kelly fake daughter is definitely fake. We found the parents, okay? And we're going to, and the grandparents and all that, and we have exclusive pictures. I'm not going to release names or anything like that, but we will be giving y'all those on TashaKLive.com tonight, okay? We're also going to be talking about, all right, on TashaKLive.com right after this show. Let me make sure. Ice-T and Coco, there's a strong update on Michael Irvin, okay? Summer Walker and her shrines. All she needs is a cat head. Beside that, Amber Rose and her OnlyFans and her son having to defend that his mom has an OnlyFans, and why R. Kelly and Elvis. Okay, we're also going to be talking about Madonna and Lil' Kim. They have some some similar interests, okay? Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis, Sierra and Russell, all right, and much, much more, all right? And so I did want you guys to prepare for that, okay? That's going to happen right after this interview. But this interview is about 45 minutes long, okay? I want you guys to stay here after we stop streaming because I do have more announcements to make. But I did lend Mr. Latruth, Robert Latruth's sister, our platform because some really egregious allegations were made, false allegations were made on Latoya, okay? And so since Mrs. Latruth has been using her platform over and over and over again to spew just lies on people, okay, I decided to give her a platform that was pretty much the same size in order for Latoya to get her truth out, okay? And so, because these are real people at the end of the day, real children that are at the subject of these investigations and real households that are being compromised because of people's egos and they're getting embarrassed, okay? And so if you're not familiar with the Latruths and Robert Latruth and Mrs. Latruth, okay, go look them up because I'm not about to go back, okay? But I did briefly unwind it in this interview, so you kind of will have some backstory on what's going on and who these people are if you don't know them, okay? But needless to say, the interview is very real, very triggering, okay? And it's going to touch on a lot of issues that I think we need to consider and take serious, okay? And so without further ado, I do introduce, okay, Miss Latoya Foster. All right, let's go. Let's go. Latoya Foster. Thank you so much for being here. You and I were supposed to speak some weeks ago when your brother, Robert Latruth, and his wife, Brianna, who goes by Mrs. Latruth, were having a major breakdown in their family, okay? Some heavy allegations were made concerning him hitting her and abusing her. And things like that. And then it just kind of blew up into this big story because they are pretty big personality figures on Facebook. Okay. And it even went to TikTok, Instagram, the blogs picked it up, such as myself. And how I came into play is because Brianna's publicist, Latruth's publicist, Mrs. Latruth's publicist reached out because they wanted to use my platform to disseminate her story so that she could clear up the allegations that she made concerning the abuse that she blamed on her husband, Robert Latruth, at the time, but it was more so staged as a PR move to help build her YouTube channel. And from that, your brother Robert Latruth came to on my platform, and our first interview didn't go as well as I wanted it to, but our second interview went very well, and him and I have a very good rapport because it is sticky when it's involving family. My people did kind of reach out to you because you and Brianna, his wife, Mrs. Latruth, have had your fair of exchange of words regarding the divorce and a lot of the allegations that were made and just kind of a lot of things that all of you guys feel, including your brother Kevin, that were just done maliciously in order to take your brother down, Robert, and give him a bad rep and for him to be seen in a very negative and abusive light after he spent many years building such a strong following. Your other brother, Kevin, has been attacked, according to him, by Mrs. Latruth and called gay and criticized because of his polygamy ways. And then when you enter the conversation as pretty much a third, you are the sibling, you are the sister to both Robert Latruth and Kevin Wesley, and you've had your share of words and exchanges and video exchanges with Mrs. Latruth as well. And it just seems like the entire family, you guys are all on one accord. You guys all pretty much are on the same page as far as how you feel about her. And I personally, as someone on the outside looking in and seeing both sides and having spoken to all the parties in it, I do see a lot of the maliciousness that's going on Mrs. Latruth's part in order to, I guess, I don't know, gain public sympathy. Like I said, this whole thing was initiated during Domestic Violence Awareness Month when she came forth with the allegations that she made. And your brother since put out a video of her faking being abused and calling the police. And then you as a sister, you step up to defend your brother. So I want to ask you, like, from the beginning, thank you so much for being here. And I just had to kind of go down the list so that people could understand just kind of the family tree of it all. So you wouldn't have to do all that. So basically bringing everybody to here now because you're the third leg in this. And I do hope, and my plan is to bring all of you guys together as siblings to really bring some closure to this, because I mean, social media is having a whole breakdown, just kind of watching you guys break down as a family, and you going back with your ex-sister-in-law. Now, let me ask you something. You are are you the oldest sister?
I'm the baby sister.
You're the baby. Okay.
Yeah.
And so there's been so many allegations made. Let's start from the beginning. Like, when did you come to know Mrs. Latruth? Like, what was your initial impression of her when your brother Robert said that he wanted to marry her? What was your initial reaction to that?
That's the thing. We never knew of her until after the fact. I didn't personally. I didn't. See, my brothers live in Atlanta. I live in where we're from, a small town called Rutherford. So I never got to know her until after the fact. I knew of her that he was with someone, but I never know about any of this until after basically they was already married.
Okay. And what was your initial reaction when he married her and didn't tell y'all about it?
Well, and I was intentionally happy. Like, I was proud that he had, settled down to, with one woman. But I also told him in the beginning it was too soon. Like, you don't really know her. I mean, 5 months getting to know somebody and then straight into marriage, that's quick. Like, you barely know somebody's history or anything about them. But he explained to me that they kind of bonded over both of them not having their mother.
Okay. And so you supported him just based off of that fact?
I did. I've actually took up for her on several occasions. Like, when I've seen people bashing her on social media, I actually stepped forward and took up for her. Until all of this happened. Like, my whole outlook on her changed when the trip to Jamaica, whenever she asked me to be her bridesmaid and my sister, all of us, to go to Jamaica. At that trip, like, that's what opened my eyes with her.
Now, this is the second wedding, not the first wedding. This is the second wedding, correct?
Well, I think the first time they got married at a courthouse. It wasn't in an actual church. So she pushed for the wedding. Like, my brother, he was actually going through his surgery and stuff when she was saying she wanted to be married. She was wanting to have a big wedding. He was still going through his cancer battle. Like, even right after he came out of the hospital, she called me and was like, basically talking a lot of junk about my brother. Now, I'm not the one. If you call me, like, as far as their situation being husband and wife, and you're speaking on him in a negative way, saying he don't want to go try on tuxedos, he's acting unappreciative of the wedding and this, that, and the third, I'm not going to sit and bash my brother with you. I'll hear you out. But my instinct as a sister, I called him instantly when I hung up and asked him, what's going on? He didn't even know what was going on. He was like, the only thing I could think of is she mad because she want me to get up and go try on tuxedos. She don't understand. I just had surgery. I just had cancer, So I'm guessing he told her about that, and she instantly got mad. Like, she went from texting me every other day about dresses, this, that, and the third, to not responding from me telling her about the sizing of the dresses, like issues with the dress. She didn't respond or anything. And I never could figure out what was wrong. So we all went to Jamaica for the wedding, bridesmaids and all. I don't know who paid for what. I just know she asked us to go. So, and we went, basically me and my sister and my niece. Her family went also. While we were at the resort, like, they all went on a special boat trip, something like that. Most people look at it like that's not a big deal. She paid for that. But I just feel like if you ask for his family to come, then you should treat us all the same way. You shouldn't single us out in no type of way. And she actually singled us out. We didn't know anything about getting on a boat, going on a boat trip or anything with them until her sister actually approached me and was like, Latoya, why y'all not ready? Ain't y'all going with us? The whole wedding crew's supposed to go. And I was like, we haven't heard anything about it. And she was like, well, y'all need to hurry up and come on. I said, I'm not going to go because I don't want to feel like I'm intruding. because I wasn't invited, me or my siblings. None of us was, just her family.
Okay. Yeah, that
So
is
I
kind of
started,
strange.
right, I started kind of peeping that. And while we was in Jamaica, my brother had to come talk to me about it because it really got out of hand. She was saying stuff like, oh, well, I spoke to them, they wouldn't speak, or like she never said anything to us. She spoke to my older sister, but she didn't say anything to us after she felt guilty. I feel like it was her guilt. But she
So
tried to make it like it was a
so
problem.
there was already family issues at the start of the wedding and when Robert was in the hospital. Now tell me, there's a lot of people that's I don't know for some reason saying that your brother did not have cancer. Like, where did that come from?
That is, I just feel like, I don't know if it's her making up stuff or who, but I just feel like whoever's saying it really needs to stop. Like, my mom died from cancer when I was 2 years old. We didn't even know exactly what kind of cancer it was that she had at the time until my older sister passed a couple years ago from it. And when she found out what it was, they told us all to go get checked to have the genetic screening done for the cancer gene. It's called CDH1. It's a rare cancer. It can't be detected unless you have an endoscopy test. The CT scan will not detect it. So that's why my sister had got so far along with her, because she didn't know what it was. But he definitely did have cancer. He had to have it removed before, it was too late.
Okay.
And it wasn't only him. My brother Kevin, he had to have his stomach removed. My niece,
he did tell me that. Yeah.
my sister, when she went and got hers, when she went and got the test done, she already had cancer forming. They had to remove her stomach immediately. I was the only one out of 5 kids that didn't have the cancer gene.
Wow.
The only one.
Okay. I just kind of wanted to straighten that up because I was just like, why would it's not like he got online.
And it's ridiculous that people would think like that. Like, that's something serious. Who would play about anything?
Yeah, I can see if he got online and asked for donations. He didn't ask
Right.
for GoFundMe donations or nothing. So it's like, why would he? What is the sympathy part? You know what I'm saying? So like, that just kind of threw me for a loop.
To me, he was basically spreading awareness, because it's a lot of African Americans still today that probably don't even know they have it unless they go get an endoscopy test.
Yeah, I just had a very, very like close friend of mine. Her brother died from stomach cancer, and it was brutal. I mean, he was here one day, he was gone the next because it had progressed so fast.
Yes.
And it's kind of hard for them to treat stomach cancer for some reason. I don't know why, but and same thing with Khaleesi's husband. I think he died from stomach cancer as well. So it is something that I think people need to, we all need to take serious and start, asking for screenings and stuff. And I just wanted to clear that up with you, because I was just like, well, why? I could see if he was like asking for a GoFundMe and things like that. Like,
he really did.
And so while he's going through kind of his cancer battle and stuff like that, she's planning a wedding. So this wasn't his idea to remarry her? This was all her?
No, it wasn't. It was not his idea. And he told me that day on the phone when I told him that. He said, I do all of this for my wife to make her happy. He said, I'm happy with just being married. Like, I don't have to have a big fancy wedding. He said, but I know that's what women want.
Not all women. Okay. Your brother Kevin did reveal to me behind the scenes that the wedding, even though there was money that went into that wedding, the money that she made off of Facebook from showing that wedding was almost around $200,000 to $300,000.
Right. And see, that's the thing. I filmed too for the wedding, and she didn't want us to post it because she was having her fans pay to see it.
Damn. Okay. That is next level content creation. I gotta tell you, next level.
Right.
Okay. All right. So let's get on. So you guys are at the wedding in Jamaica, and obviously there's a breakdown because activities are being planned for the families to participate in, but the husband's family, Robert, okay, Latruth, your family is left out of it, okay? And so then you go to him and you tell him that, hey, we didn't know anything about these festivities. He goes and talks to the wife, and then she turns around and blames it on y'all, and that's when the breakdown starts to happen.
Well, it wasn't even a breakdown then. I just feel like that was amongst our family, because even when we got home, I told my brother, I just said, basically, I feel like she's not who she says she is. I said, I told him straight up, I said, I would have never did that. If I invite somebody somewhere, I'm going to treat y'all as a whole. I'm not going to separate after the wedding, like, oh, we don't need you no more. And that's how we felt. Regardless, if you needed us to pay, we could have paid. She didn't ask. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, oh, they didn't pay because you didn't ask us to pay. If we would have knew, we could have paid in advance. That wouldn't have been a problem. But it was just like after the wedding, I feel like she just threw us away. Like we don't need them no more because we wasn't invited to anything else after we participated in the wedding.
Okay. And so you guys didn't exchange words at all. Like you didn't go to her and say, "Hey, that was kind of
No,
fucked up." You just left it alone.
I just left it alone due to respect of my brother.
Okay. So, all right. The allegations. Let's get to the allegations of her coming online saying that she was abused. She was verbally abused. She was mentally abused, physically abused, all the above. Right. I
Right.
have kind of empathized with her as a woman on some of the issues because a lot of times, we could be in relationships and the way after kind of looking at both sides, like I don't think what she did was right at all. I think it's really fucked up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That she would make such you know uh just kind of egregious allegations against someone, and it really took a hit. Like he really took a hit on his brand. Like people start unfollowing him. Like he
That's what she
lost.
was wanting to do from the beginning. That was her whole intentions. Like people feel like I just inserted myself to this situation, but I didn't. I actually didn't even hear about this from social media. I started hearing about everything that was going on because she had actually called my older sister, and my older sister called me and was like, basically she had talked to the daughter, Desharia, and said that Desharia had told her certain things about my brother. Now, my sister haven't been in Desharia's life. I have her whole life. So she knows me, and she know when I talk to her, I know when she's lying or telling the truth. So probably after that, I end up getting in contact with her, and she actually was like, well, Desharia is here. You can speak to her if you like. So when she got on the phone, I asked my niece, I said, what happened? And she was like, what you mean what happened? I said, what happened with you and your daddy? And she was like, well, he whooped me, he got mad at me because I wanted to go to the mall and he whooped me. And I said, but that's not what I'm hearing. I'm hearing like something bigger happened.
Mhm.
She paused, and all I could hear was her in the background telling my niece what to say. Tell her this, tell her that. And my sister's on the phone on three-way listening. So, I mean, I took it for a while. I did, but I'm not going to lie. I flipped. I said, look, you are sitting here hollering, telling this girl what to say, and she still can't say exactly what you're telling her to say. I was like, that's my niece. If something happened, she could pick up the phone and tell me, or she could tell me now like I'm asking her. I wasn't being aggressive or anything. I just simply asked what happened. So with all of this, after I flipped, she hung up on me. Actually, after I went off on her and told her she was dead wrong, she hung up on me, and my sister called me back and was like, yeah, she hung up on you, but she called my sister right back, basically talking junk, saying that I'm not going to believe anything she say. Now, I'm not saying everything is a lie, but I'm just saying I know he didn't abuse her. That's not in my brother's character. I don't understand why he would just pick her to beat her. He's had several different relationships. I've never heard of no girl saying anything about he has put his hands on her or disrespected them in any type of way. Like, and then I have to keep in mind, my brother helped raise me. I was 2 when my mom died. Like, he's been like raising me as like his daughter, but I'm his baby sister. I mean, I've had my real dad. He wasn't there full time, but my brother and my grandma, that's all I've ever had. And they have never showed me that side of them ever.
I mean, it's just so much. And it's so many different like legs and just different angles, to
It
this
is.
situation. And it's like, it's gotten so messy that CPS was called to your home.
Yes.
That's how messy it's got. Now, when you heard the allegations about, that Mrs. Latruth, the wife made, Brianna, made about your brother, what did you initially think when she first made them? Because they were planned.
Right. I said off gate that I feel like it was a lie. For the simple fact, you showing recordings where he's going off on you. But anybody with common sense, if you listen to when he's going off, he's saying, you're not going to keep disrespecting me. You're not going to keep doing this. Even though he may be being disrespectful toward her, I feel like he was defending himself. She's not showing the whole conversation of what was said. And then for her to say he got a gun and I'm going to call the cops. Like, do you know how many black men are killed on a daily because of you have women that's jealous or mad, and you call the police for no reason, and they act out and shoot and kill these black men for no reason. Like, it's unacceptable. And then when he shows the video showing on his side what actually happened, then the world, some people started to wake up. Like, I actually started getting inboxes and phone calls from people like, I really apologize. I see her devilish ways.
Yeah, that was really, really, really fucked up. Okay. And a lot of bloggers, including me, did come to his defense when the video was initially made. But I came out a lot sooner because I was just like, you know, if you were beat and all of this stuff happened to you, why are you worried about bringing followers to your YouTube channel?
Right.
Like,
and
that's
that was
just not how
crazy,
you
TashaK,
respond.
because when your interview came out, that's how my brother knew why the representative of her whatever that's over her, why they wasn't answering the phone from him.
The PR rep, yeah.
That was originally his PR rep, and he put the girl on she hadn't answered any phone calls or anything since this happened. And when you came out with your story, that's when he figured out, well, that's why she's not answering my calls.
Yeah, like that was strange to me. I guess they thought that I wouldn't figure that out, you know. And then when I did figure it out, and I did try to call the PR to, you know, to basically, you know, confront her about a lot of the stuff, she didn't answer my calls either, because I've worked with a few of her clients before in the past, like Melody Holt and some people like that. But to see her just kind of stoop to this level, I was very surprised, because I was just like, you seem to have a very reputable PR agency. Why would you stoop to this level for some views and clicks? You know, just do you have a deal?
I just feel like she would do anything to tear him down. Whatever she need to do, she'll do, as long as people don't like him or she tear them down. That's her whole motive.
Listen close and listen carefully. The olive leaf extract can reverse high blood pressure and diabetic high blood sugar, or the sugar as some of our grandmamas may call it. It can also kill any nasty little bugs in your bodies like parasites, bacteria, fungi, tumors, and much, much more. And if that's not enough, you can also tell certain cancers like breast, prostate, colon, liver, and skin cancer to take a seat, because the olive leaf extract has been known to fight it. And their friend lupus can get it too, okay? So I need my winos to be in good health, because we have some good dragging to do. So visit myoliveleaf.biz to help get your health in order. All we know is Bill Sukiyama, you were always with her.
I felt like she was kind of like holding me back.
How you say that?
I'm walking around miserable every day because it's like so much I want to do. Like every time it's time for me to do something, oh, we don't need to do that right now, or we gotta hold off on that.
You got a scar going down your stomach.
Yes, man. You want to see it?
Yes. Open your jacket. Show it to the... What happened?
I got cut 3 times.
You hit your daddy with the gas?
Yeah. He running up on me, like, you feel me?
Yeah.
Why you running up on me?
You meet that white woman out there, all the way out there in damn Seattle. What the fuck?
I was scamming.
Oh, these women getting pretty rough out here.
Man, let me tell you something, man. These women these days is taking over the fucking game, you hear me? Nowadays, in some households, it's the women running the household.
Social media has just turned beauty into something else. And it's like black women have gotten away from their true beauty. We don't need a lot to be beautiful.
They look like a bunch of cockroaches, big booty ants with wigs.
So was that a conflict between you and Suki? Like the surgery and stuff that she was getting?
Yeah, because I ain't like it. I ain't like it. It looked nice on it, you know what I'm saying? But, bro, I ain't into all that big ass, you feel me?
Yeah. Is it hard to get back down?
Nah, niggas get tired of that, you feel me? Like, that's where we go to one and trick. You feel me? Now I might want to go hit something slim with a natural booty. You feel me?
Check out our Unwine with TashaK store. We got sweatshirts that say, now I gotta go and I ain't got it. We got crop top, wine mug, water bottles. We got it all, okay? So be sure to hit that link below.
She has several millions of followers. So if you was just hurt and heartbroken and wanted to leave, and this man has did all of that, why not just walk away instead of trying to drag him and tarnish his brand? It's more than any of that. The self-healing, I feel like all of that is a joke. Because if you're self-healing, why is everything posted on social media? And every live that you do, it's about us. And she's talking about us constantly in subliminal. She may not say our name, but she's constantly talking about us on every live or anything that she posts.
Now, how did it get to, because like I said, it was really fucked up for her to just lie and blatantly lie like that. And she took a lot of fucking heat for that. And I'm glad that, social media gave her that same energy that she put out, because it was just like, you're really feeding this narrative that, he abused you. And yet he was really trying to spare her because he thought that maybe she would come to her senses, but then he had to drop the video, and all of a sudden she's issuing an apology saying, well, I didn't say he physically hurt me. I'm talking about mental abuse now. But the
Right.
only
And then
person that
later
was
on,
mentally abused in that situation, especially when he dropped the video, was him.
exactly.
Like this
Exactly.
is mental abuse on a man's part. And like I said, when I spoke to him, because I was initially advocating, for them to reconcile, right?
You
And then I
was. I
was
saw
just
it.
and I was just so dead set on like, okay, this is your wife, this is your wife, this is your wife. And then after speaking to him and hearing his side, and him saying like, listen, I haven't been in a lot of relationships, and I would tell her that, and I've sacrificed a lot of the things that I've wanted to do or accomplish and stuff just to make her happy. And I
Yes.
was trying to explain to him in the second part that can be taken as narcissism, because a lot of times we don't understand how people receive the information that we have. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But when you look at the flip side, a lot of women have been in your brother's shoes where they sacrifice themselves and a lot of the goals that they want to achieve just to make someone happy. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's, oh, I'm not going
Right.
to dress like this no more. I'm not going to hang out with these type of people. I'm not going to engage in these particular activities. And slowly, you start to lose yourself in a relationship. And so when you look at both sides of it, I can see how he lost himself and literally decided, okay, consciously to say, in order to make her happy, I'm going to do what I got to do to make her happy. Now, whether she takes it as me being narcissist when I throw it back at her saying that I've done this for you, I've did this for you, you should, you should have just a little bit more respect for me. I
Right.
understand both sides because it was just so messy.
It
Right.
was.
And I try to be as non-biased as possible. And like that's why I've never got up here to like trash her brother or anything like that. But her, I don't know if you saw me. I drug her ass
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Bigo. I was not playing with her at
I did.
all.
I
So
did.
and I stood by everything that I fucking say to this day. Now, when it comes to the YouTube, because y'all have this has really gotten heated and taken another hit. Like I spoke to you the other day, and you were so angry that
Yes.
you were willing to put your nursing license at risk
Right.
because you wanted to go and really, really fuck her up. And I get it, because people can push you there. But I'm glad that I was able to kind of get in and talk to you. And I'm
You
sure
were.
your husband and your brothers and everybody was talking to you, because when you said CPS showed up at your house because
Right.
Mrs. Latruth sent her
And
followers
see,
to call CPS saying that
right.
your
And see,
husband
it's
did
a lot of
what?
people, it's a lot of people trying to justify her actions. But this is how I feel. Like, okay, going tit for tat, words on Facebook, that's a total different thing than calling DSS on somebody. Now, I can understand if you really honestly feel like this person is unfit and they're doing what you're saying, then by all means, those kids need help, do what you have to do. But she had these people fake call. None of this was true. Nothing she said was true,
the
period.
allegations that was made, did she come out? Because I was looking for the video. Did Miss Latruth come out and say to her followers that your daughter, we're not going to mention your daughter's name, say her name or whatever, that her stepfather was
Right.
inappropriately doing things to her?
Yeah, and that
And
was
she
a
got
whole
on her
lie.
platform and said that.
Yeah, that was a lie. She went on YouTube. See, what she do is post different stuff on different channels and delete it right after she posted. But yeah, she did. And that was a whole lie.
Wow. And so these people, so so how long after she made this allegation did it take for CPS to get to your house?
That afternoon, I would say maybe 3 hours after somebody screenshot it and sent it to me, DSS was at my house. They was at my house. When I came out the door, he told me specifically, he said, we normally don't even come out in the same day. He said, but I have received over 100 phone calls stating different things about you. And as far as the food stamp fraud and all that, that's not even half of the allegations that was made.
What were the allegations? Go through them.
The allegations that she made was that I sell drugs, I do drugs around my children, I beat my kids, me and my husband fight in front of my kids. We don't have water or power or food in the house for my children.
Now, has she ever been to your house?
Never, never, never.
So
she has never been to my house. I have never been to her house. That's why when she say we leaking her address, I've never known her address. I've never been to her house, ever. She don't know none of this. This is something she just pulled out. And that's why I don't understand why people are sugarcoating it for her. Like, oh, well, you said something about her kid or you said this. No, she should have never called DSS on me, period, because all of the allegations that she have against her, as far as with her dad, and that's a public record, it's out there. If I wanted to be devious, I could have been put DSS on her, but I'm not that type of person.
Wait a minute. What dad? The children's dad?
Her father.
So what happened with her father and her?
Father, Walter Battle. He has charges on him. If he's public record, if you look it up, he has charges of molestation, incest rape, cocaine charges, all of that. And it's public record. It's public record. Yes, and it's public record. Exactly. And it's public record. And those are facts. That's not lies. That's not nothing I would make up on anybody. And I don't know her dad, but I have proof because I've looked it up and I have the records. Just like everybody else, they posted it all over social media.
But
so for you to make up a lie and say that my kids are doing this and I'm doing this to my kids, like that was very disrespectful and that was very out of line. There should have been no way that she could even possibly did that, but she has her followers so brainwashed. Still to the day, TashaK, I have posted the screenshot where she posted it on my Facebook page. I also posted the video that she made saying, yeah, I had Team Bree to go call DSS on her and say all of this. I even posted that. And I still have people in my inbox today saying, is this true? Like, why are you lying on this girl? And it's sickening. Like, I don't understand how you can look at this and still even ask me, is it true? Because anything that I say, I put emotion in it because I'm real. I don't have to lie on anybody. I would never come for nobody's kids the way she came for mine, ever, ever. Those was lies. It was different if it was something true. By all means, let them investigate me. I have nothing to hide. I have been an open book since this has started. This girl has done nothing but make up lies and throw them out there, and her fans, she has so many followers, they just take it and run with it. Oh, well, I'm going to say this. Well, I'm going to say that. And it's a straight up lies. And it don't make any sense at all. Like, she's not just playing with my life right now. She's playing with my kids' life. My son has woke up the last 2 nights crying in a row, saying, Mama, I don't want nobody to take me like I want you. I have had to let him sleep in the bed with me because he's scared, because he done had to be questioned by DSS workers. I'm not going to sugarcoat it for my kids. I'm going to let them know what's going on right up front.
So let's just clear this up. You have running water in your house.
I can show you. I have running water.
No, you
power.
don't have to show me. I just, listen.
I mean, even the DSS worker, I posted a video of him. When I said, do I have food and stuff? He was basically like, yeah, you got plenty of food. I have my whole refrigerator and freezer full of food. Plus I have an extra deep freezer that was full of food. Like, it's ridiculous. And I just feel like she can't be touched, because you have done so much over and over and over. And my brothers, everybody keeps saying, Toya, just let it go. Let people realize who she is. I just feel like people are not opening their eyes. If it's not me, who next? Who other kids she gonna call social service on? Who else is she gonna tell lies on?
Listen, like I said, she gonna meet the right person. And I'm glad that you didn't. And I told you this.
It took everything in me. It took everything in me.
I know, because listen, like I'm from Panama, City, Florida, and trust me, I told you, CPS showed up at my house, made me strip my kids, especially my baby, butt naked, to inspect because someone made an allegation that we were sexually assaulting and doing drugs around our kids. And they showed up. And I gave them a video of the woman who made the allegation, who was Jaguar Wright, who literally got on live to lie because she was upset that I did a story on her. People are unfortunately malicious and they do things like this when they feel that they can't be touched. But I said, but one day, listen, I have a lot to lose, right? But and you have a lot to lose because you a nurse, your husband works, your kids are very active in school. You know what I'm saying? One wrong move from you, you know they're gonna try to take that nursing license.
Exactly, they are. That's the only thing that made me sit still. I mean, God told me to sit still. He gonna handle it, and I believe it 100%. She has done too much. She has done way too much. Like, I actually show pictures, I show proof on a daily of me cooking, spending time with my children. You cannot go to her page and see now none of that. You might see somebody babysitting, somebody watching them, but you don't see her active in her kid's life. I'm always active in my kid's life. I post them on a daily, videos, everything, doing different activities. I tell people on my page on a daily, make memories with y'all kids. You never know when tomorrow is going to end. So for me to have to sit back and wonder, you know, talk to my kids on a daily, my son especially, he's only 7. He don't know what's going on, but he understands that something is wrong. Like, and people don't get that. Like, this is not right. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, for DSS to be investigating or coming in their kids' life, asking them. They even have to go to my kids' school.
They went to
even
the school?
Though they know, they said that they have to do a visit at the school too. Even though they see it's a fake, like even though they see it's a false statement. They told me we don't believe it, but we have to do the investigation because the case has been opened. They even have proof of the video and everything.
I don't know the difference between North Carolina and Georgia, but when they made the allegation on me and they saw that it was clearly fake and done out of maliciousness, they actually was looking to press charges on Jaguar.
I mean, they told me that
she's homeless.
Right. Now, they did tell me to go press charges, but they still said the investigation still won't be closed until 30 days. They told me they'll close it in 30 days.
Will it be taken off of your record that it won't be accessible?
Right.
Is what you need to get. Because like, even if somebody go to Google or look up my name in the system, it's not even going to show, because I raised so much hell with defects.
I've been doing the same thing. I've been calling the supervisor. I've been calling the person over the whole.
I had the what do you call it? Like the top manager called me to apologize and say, I'm sorry. We shouldn't have came out there, but the amount of calls that we was getting on you, you know, we had to respond. There won't be there won't be an investigation. And when you look at this in the computer, it's gonna be deleted. So they can do that.
Right.
I would suggest you do get with some legal counsel to see how you could do that.
I definitely am.
And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you have that video and you know that she did that out of maliciousness, I need you to take both the closed investigation. You listen to me. And I need you to take that video and I need you to go down to whatever county she's in and you file a lawsuit on that bitch. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
You hit her in her motherfucking pockets.
That's what she keeps saying, though. She ain't got nothing.
Now, I can tell you how, listen, it's easy accessing that money from Facebook. You just go right to the Facebook. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, like, that's how you got to handle hoes like that these days.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you got to handle them. You go down there, because if you have, listen, malicious, that you can't do that. That's tort. That's a tort.
Right.
She can't get that off of her fucking record. Because it's either that or you going to have to see me. And you got a lot to lose.
Exactly.
Because I'm telling you that.
And I'm not just letting it go. I'm not just laying down letting it go whatsoever. Something will be done about it.
Jaguar ride past my house. I said, why won't you stop? You doing all this cap on social media. I ain't got no fence, no gate, no guard dogs, no security, but you outside riding past saying you outside Tasha K house, but you not, you riding past.
Right.
See, people do shit for social media, but when it comes to seeing somebody in park, I'm telling you, it's not the same.
Exactly. She even had her friend post a post talking junk about me, saying they was gonna do different stuff. She's had people call my phone from private numbers or text now numbers saying that they gonna do stuff to me. What's my address? And I gave it to them, and ain't nobody showed up yet, because I'm not scared of Brianna. I just don't want to be. I don't want to have to do nothing to her, and that's what she's forcing me to do. I feel like she keep doing tit for tat because she know I'm not gonna keep playing with her, and she want me to actually do something to her to be locked up. But I'm not gonna give her that satisfaction. But this will be handled. I promise it will. This is not just.
I would just handle it legally, and it sounds like it's an easy case.
It
really
is.
does.
It's an open shut case.
Right. So
she's admitted everything. She's not denying it.
How long do you have until they release the investigation on you? Like with
it'll be the 30th of this. The 30th of this month, he said that he'll release it. But the person that's over the whole DSS up here, over those cases, she's not in. She won't be back in until in February. So that's why I can't speak with her. So I'm only talking to my caseworker.
Like late February, because it's like February 10th now. So she won't be back till late February?
They said February the 18th. So when she come in before, it could be taken off before. But if not, it'll be the 30th.
Yeah, you stay on them, because that was my thing too. Like
am.
when people Google, like, or look at, you know what I'm saying, my record, this ain't gonna show up because this can't be linked to my kids. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm sorry that happened to you. Not like how, even though you guys are, you know, Defects is going to the school, you know, you're still going through an open investigation with that. And obviously this still has you very, very heated.
It is. It's still a very touchy situation.
And this ain't the first time, like I said, I've spoken to you and I've seen you emotional. Like, this is, I mean, it's just what are your plans?
It just hurt, Tasha, because my mom, she passed, so I never had a mother. So my whole thing is, to my kids, I try to give them what I never had. So for you to try to take that away, like, that really hurts, because I put everything I got into my babies. Like, everything I got, I put it into my kids. I'm not out here harming nobody. I'm not breaking the law. I make an honest living. I'm not on drugs. Like, all of that's a lie. And I feel like she's doing this to me to try to get a reaction simply, but she's gonna honestly get the wrong one that she don't want, because I'm not going tit for tat no more. Period. I'm not. Like, she has went too far with my kids. I even have to get my son therapy just to get him somebody to talk to, because like I said, ever since this happened, he's been having to sleep with me. Like, he's been crying, scared that somebody's gonna try to take him from his mama. That's all he says, Mom, I don't want them to take them from you.
No, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I do know how kids can be.
Right. I mean, they can't take him because I'm not doing anything wrong, but it's still, he's traumatized from it. And if he is, there's no telling what my other kids are thinking too.
What is your husband saying about all this?
He's very upset. He's really upset.
Okay.
He's very upset.
Like, is he being investigated as well too?
No, he is not. He's not being investigated whatsoever. That's why I said she had these people call and say all of this about me. He's not being investigated. Half of the stuff that the things basically that she put, that's not even half of what she said. Like, it's so much more to what what's being done. Like, the allegations that they're made, it's way more than food stamp fraud or me and my husband arguing on live. And
it was a molestation allegation on one of your children, right?
Yeah, she didn't say that though. She said something about that afterwards. She posted that on her Instagram and then went back and deleted it.
Even though it's on record that her father is the only person that has a molestation charge. I'm gonna have to look into that. Yeah, you gonna have to.
All you have to do is go online, pay $1. That's what I did. You pay $1 and it's gonna pull up his whole thing, Walter Battle. Public record. And I have every single piece of it.
Okay.
It's not an allegation. It's not a lie. But she can't pull up. I'm food stamp fraud and all the stuff that she said about me. But I have proof of what I said.
Okay. Well, listen, I know you're emotional and I know you got to get down to the courthouse because you are handling some things legally
I am.
on Brianna. Okay. And
I
so
am.
I want you to update me on how that goes when you get down to the courthouse. Send me a text. Let me know what the next move is and I'll put it out. And then I'm going to reach out again, like I said, and bring you and your brothers, like your family together, because this is just getting out of hand. I mean, she's gone for your brother's platform and his pockets and your other brother,
She's talking about my dead mom. Like she just did a live the other day talking about my daddy, like 2 days ago.
About your daddy,
saying that my daddy ain't nothing. He ain't never been there for Robert. When Robert had cancer, he didn't show up. Like just a bunch of lies. Just, oh, when we was little, my daddy lived down the street with a woman and didn't take care of us and took care of the woman kids. Like a bunch of lies. Like this was 2 days ago she went live and said this. This after the DSS stuff. Like it's not stopping. She just keep on going and going. She just go live and hurry up and delete it. But they screen recording it. So I have proof of everything.
Okay. What type of things has she said about your mother?
She just keeps saying like, I mean, like, honestly, I can't say that she said anything like bad about my mom, but just it's disrespectful to even keep saying, oh, his mama dead, or he's mad because his mama dead, or he still ain't got over his mama. Like, my mama is dead, let her rest in peace. None of us is around here saying, oh, her mama's dead, or she got a problem because her mama dead. I find that very disrespectful. Like, leave my mama out of it. I didn't even know my mama, so she definitely didn't. So don't talk about her, period. My dad, he's not a bad father. She tries to drag my father because he wasn't in the home. He let his mother is who raised all three of us. She talks junk. I don't know why, but my dad has been there every birthday, every holiday, anything we needed. He have always been there for us. He has never just abandoned us. So I don't know why she's saying anything, period, about my father. Or my mama, my grandma even. She even said our grandma didn't raise us right. Like, you didn't know none of those people that you're talking about. She actually met my dad one time. She came to one family gathering with my brother. The only time she ever came here with him. And she sat in the car the whole entire time until the food was done. Then she got out, fixed her kids a plate, and got back in her car. Truth.
Well, listen. I'm gonna let you go because I know you gotta go, and I want you to kind of clean yourself up because I know you've been crying. And when you get down there, you're able to just kind of be mentally prepared for what you got to do legally to handle a lot of the stuff that's been done to you by Brianna abusing her platform and sending her followers on this. I mean, it's just I don't know. Like I said, it triggers me in a different way. I
don't see how nobody with kids could even still be following her, because like that is so disrespectful. Like, I feel like any mother or father should be able to feel where I'm coming from. And I have caught a lot of
that follow. Let me just say, I ain't mean to interrupt you, but the people that follow Brianna as far as women ain't too bright. Because as a woman who has her shit together, like say for instance, me, right? I don't have time mentally to sit online and watch another woman act like that and then condone it. Like that's you know, that's dirty foot shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's dirty foot shit. There's nothing you're learning from her. Even when it comes to the drama, like what I see is apart from, you know, people reaching out to me like, you know, you or your brothers or, you know, even her supposed team. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't have the mental capacity to stoop so low to watch somebody just create. And I'm surprised even Meta is even letting it go on.
Right. And I tried to reach out to them about what she did on her platform.
Like, yeah, normally Meta don't play that. And so and when the platform is abused like that, I've seen them delete whole pages, Facebook pages, because of that. Yeah, I know people personally who have had their pages deleted for using their page in the same manner in which she's using it. So it's just shocking to me. And that's probably why she's doing it on other platforms, because she knows if she gets enough reports, they will take that page down and demonetize her for Facebook. Because like I said, Facebook, out of all the platforms, any little thing, they are looking to either demonetize you or take you down. And so and it's hard to believe that she's even still monetized. So it must be done out of donations from her followers to keep this shit going. It's kind of like she's created this this live reality show that's happening day by day, and she's charging for it. Like this, it's sort of like what's going on. And if you guys just step back and just let it happen, eventually it's kind of like when you're in the room with somebody, right? And two people arguing. If one exit the room and the other arguing, who's gonna pay attention? You see what I'm saying? You left arguing by yourself. Right. You left arguing by yourself. So listen, I'm gonna let you go. I know I said it the last 2 times, but I just kind of wanted to make sure that you were good at getting off this live and you weren't emotional. Thank you for stopping through. And like I said, I'm gonna reach out to you and your brothers to get y'all together for a family roundtable. Okay.
Okay, and I thank you so much, Tasha.
No problem, Latoya. Thank you. All right. And so listen, if you want parts 1 and 2, okay, on that, I believe Latruth's interview is already out on YouTube on our platform, but his brother Kevin Wesley and his 2 wives is on TashaKLive.com, okay? And so we decided to let her have a platform to speak her truth, okay? And so, like I said, I will bring the whole family together for a family affair so that they can really just kind of air out everything. Because, I mean, yeah, listen. You know, it's taken another turn, okay? And so hopefully we'll get some closure on that, all right? Now, there's been a story that's been passed around regarding a young lady who is saying that she is the daughter of R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Well, of course, I hope you know that's not true, okay? And we did find her parents and her family, okay? And we will be releasing those exclusive pictures on TashaKLive.com, where we're headed right now. The live will start at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're also going to be talking about, let me pull the list because it's a lot, okay? Ice-T and Coco, R. Kelly and Elvis Presley, Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis, Sierra and Russell Wilson, Summer Walker, Michael Irvin, and much, much more, okay? And so this is the second part of Fuckery Friday, Uncensored, Raw, okay? And so, and also, we did release Scars. So I don't know if you saw, did you even play the trailer to Scars or you didn't? You didn't? Okay, and so we got a new digital series, Scars, that I'm proud to announce. Okay, our second episode is going to be dropping Monday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and so it's probably the realest digital series that you're going to see on any digital platform. Okay, and so it's got a lot of great feedback, and I can't wait to hear more feedback on the series as we drop more episodes. Okay, and so that is available on TashaKLive.com. Thank you all so much for watching. Okay, I hope you enjoyed part 1 of the show. Now we're about to head to our website. Our network, TashaKLive.com, to continue with the second part of Fuckery Friday. Okay, Uncensored and Raw. Guys, if you want to watch the show, please go to the website, TashaKLive.com, and subscribe there. If you want to advertise on my platform, please feel free to send an email to ads at TashaKLive.com. That is ads at TashaKLive.com. Also, if you want to send tips on your favorite celebrities, okay, please feel free to send us an email via unwinewithtashak@gmail.com or hit us in a DM on Instagram, okay? Thank you so much to my entire team for helping to put this show together. Thank you for Latoya for coming through and being so vulnerable and sharing her story. I appreciate everybody that watched today, that interacted, that liked, that didn't like. And I will see you guys at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on TashaKLive.com. All right, now I gotta go. Taddy, say bye.